Why and how would you want to create Instagram guides for your account? That is what I want to talk to you in this video. Most recently, I published my first guide on my Instagram account. I will be doing some screen sharing to show you the guides. This is a feature that was made available to us on Instagram about a year ago now, I should say. I do have to say that I have yet to come across many accounts that have the feature turned on. My guess is because people have still not really embraced what guides are all about. But the accounts that do use this feature do it very well. So before I do the screen sharing to show you how you're going to create guides for your Instagram account, I want to dive in and talk to you briefly as to why would you even want to bother creating this type of content. If this is your first time meeting me, my name is Martine Cadet. I am a social media content coach and creator, and my goal is to help you gain visibility organically using great content. I believe that your content can get you to the clients that you want, not only because it's true, but because it's happened to me and it's happened to my clients. Content is what starts search, and with great content, consistent and intentional content, you absolutely can grow your coaching business using social media organically. And so that is what I do. You are more than welcome to visit my website, martinecadet.com, to find out more about me. And so Instagram guides, why would we even bother creating them? And then we'll talk about how you're going to start creating them. Instagram guides are basically a way to curate your content. So that way you have prompted posts, whether they are your posts from your feed. This is one way you can create your guide, or posts from other Instagram accounts that you are influenced by. You can create a guide with them. Essentially, if you're familiar with blogging, which I'm sure you are if you are in the online space, the way I see guides on Instagram is similarly to having a blog. Now, what is the benefit of having a guide? As you know, being on social media and having content is for you and I to create the no like trust factor. Dear God, I couldn't find my words. So let me just repeat that again in case you were like, what did you just say, Martine? And so the goal of us, right, being on social media, marketing on social media, is because we want to create that no like trust factor with our audience. We want them to know us, we want them to like us, and eventually trust us so that they can open up their wallets and invest in us. And so what I love about guides, it's a great way to introduce you and curate all of that content that you've created, along the way or recently, to present to your audience who you are, what you do, and what you're about, and what your story is. Think about this for a second. And again, we're going to be doing screen sharing. So hold on tight. I will show you exactly how to do your guides. But I really want you to understand the concept behind it, because I'm the type of person, I truly believe that a successful content marketing has to be aligned with your purpose, your business goals, your personality. It's not about posting and ghosting. Just because Martine said to create guides, I'm going to create guides. You have to ask the question to yourself, do I need to create guides so that I can amplify my positioning on Instagram and really explain to my potential clients that is looking at me what I can do for them? Ask yourself that question. Does it work for my business? I think it could work for any coaching business on Instagram. I believe that it's a strong feature, and I think you should turn it on. That's my point. Why? Because there's a lot of posts on your grid right now that you've created 20 weeks ago, 30 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, that when you pull them together because they are a common topic about your brand, it makes sense. It's like, honestly, it's like another highlight. If you're familiar with the highlights on Instagram, it's essentially another form of highlight of what you do and your brand. So, with that said, Let's take a look on how you're going to create your guide and how you're going to get started. And I hope that this video is definitely going to invite you to take a look at creating them. The good news is you can create them, save them to draft, go back to them, edit them, you can add to them. Super awesome. And so to do that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. We're going to go on my Instagram so that way you can see what we're talking about. And so give me 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. We're going to be sharing my screen right now so you can see my Instagram. Okay, so we are on my Instagram right now, and I'm going to show you how to turn on guides. What guides are is that envelope here that you see. So this right here is my first guide that I created. I called it My Story, and it has a title, and then it has a curation of posts that I've shared over time that I believe explain my story, because that's the title of my guide. Now notice that I can add more to it should I want to by adding posts, and I will show you how we do this by creating a new guide with you right now. And so to create your first guide and to create your guides going forward, you're going to have several ways to do it, right? There's going to be several ways to do it. But what you have to do is go on your account, just like I am here. You're going to click the plus sign at the top right corner, and this is where you have all the options available. You can either create a post, which is what you've been doing. You could create a reels, you could create a story highlight, IGTV video, you could go live. But now we are going to create a guide. We're going to click on guide. And notice how you can create 3 types of guides. Again, remember, guides are a curation of posts to present a topic to your audience on your Instagram account. You can create a guide by places, recommend places in your city and beyond. You could create guides if you have products, like if you're a shop, e-commerce and whatnot, you could create a guide for that. But what we're going to create is a post guide, recommend posts you created or saved, right? So we're going to click on posts, and now it's going to prompt us to either select posts that I have saved. Like if you save posts, you know that flag under the post. So those are all the posts that I've ever saved over time. But what I'm going to do is click on your post at the bottom here, bottom right. And this is my Instagram feed as it stands today, right? So just like you have an Instagram feed, I have one too. And this is everything that I've ever posted on Instagram. So let's just say we want to do a guide about, I don't know, let's do pictures of me. I can't come up with another one. So that's a picture of me. Let's select another picture of me. That's the topic, right? Picture of me. I'm just picking random ones so that I could show you. So you would randomly pick all the posts that are aligned with what you want to talk about. Once you're done, and remember, you can add to your guide eventually later on, you're going to click next. And now it's selected this picture, which was the first one that I selected, as my cover. But you can change the cover right here at the bottom, change cover photo. You can select another post from your grid as the cover photo. So let's pick that one. That's going to be my cover photo. And then here, Instagram gives us prompts. It says add title. So we're going to put whatever pictures about me, right? Uh, and Instagram does a great job in giving us prompts to make sure that we build a great guide. So here it's saying, what is this guide about, right? It says optional, but I think it's important for you to put it so you can help your audience understand what it is about. And then you would put a description. These are pictures of me, whatever, right? You put a description. And then we keep going. Add a title to this post, right? Selfie with jewelry, blah, blah, blah. You know, you put a title. I'm just making this up. What is this post about? You want to put something. It is about blah, blah, blah. I'm just making this up so I could show you. And then that's it for this one. And then you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, and add the story and curate your posts, right? So I'm gonna hit cancel so that we can, oh, and by the way, here's what we're gonna do before we do that. Continue editing. So when you're done and you're like, "Ugh, I don't have time to write all these titles, so I'm gonna come back to it later." You're gonna hit cancel and you're gonna click save as draft, so you can come back to it later and finish it, right? But if you publish it, it's going to be published. But if you want to go back to it, it's going to say, like, right now I have 3 draft guides. Only you can see this. You click on that. These are the 3 drafts guides that I've created so far. The one that I just did with you just now, and 2 previous ones that I'm going to be finishing and publishing. So let's go out now and let's take a look at a guide that's published, which is this one, right? So when your audience lands on your guide and they click on the post, it guides them to that post on Instagram. Let's try this again. So you scroll down and you click on the post, it brings you to the post that you posted before. So I'm going to stop sharing now so we can talk more about it as I end this video. Again, what is the purpose of Instagram guides? It's a way to really repurpose your content on Instagram, in my opinion. It's a great way if you already have posts that are about a certain topic to kind of like curate them into one place so that people that are discovering you can look at that. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Like, for instance, if you have several posts in your feed that are about client testimonials, right? You have several posts like that in your feed. Why not create a guide that is about your client testimonial? Again, like I said at the top of the conversation, think of your guides as another way to highlight your personal brand. That's essentially what it is, right? That's essentially what it is. And so it's a great way to tell your story because content is about storytelling. It's a great way to create that know, like, trust factor, just like I shared with you. Now, how many times do you have to create guides? It's all up to you. I always say this content is about you. Do keep in mind that you want to stay consistent, create your own consistency in your content marketing, which is actually a good segue as you're watching this all the way to this point to let you know that if content marketing is something that you need support with as far as developing one that makes sense, that works with your lifestyle, that's not overwhelming, or perhaps you're wanting some guidance on what to do next with your content marketing, whether it's for your Facebook group or perhaps your Instagram, I would love to talk to you. Definitely connect with me so that I can share with you the several ways that I have available based on where you are with your content marketing, what you've done, and what your business goals are, right? And so Instagram guides, I think, are great. Hopefully, they'll keep the feature depending on how many people use it. It's available. Why not? You share on Instagram consistently. Why not curate them? Your checklist, your carousels, or whatever you have going on, put them in so that way people could see them. Okay, and so for now, that's all I have. I hope that this finds you well. If you have any questions about Instagram guides, feel free to reach out to me. And I hope that this quick video helped you out in regards to what to do with them and how to create them. So have fun creating guides. I look forward to seeing them. Take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.